Hello, all my fellow Hecate devotees, witches, and occultists alike. Today's video is magic and menstruation. This has been going on for, since the dawn of time. Women, their bodies, childbirth, menstruation. So let's take a little look back into history first, and then we'll talk about some of the context with magic. There's an author, Pliny the Elder, who was a Roman author, and he wrote about uses of menstruation magic, that you would use the blood during that time to prevent hailstorms, lightning, scaring away insects, that kind of thing. Please excuse me, I'm a bit sick today, so if I sound hoarse or cough, that's what's going on. There's also the Ebers Papyrus, which is 1550 BC, and they note that they use vaginal bleeding as a part of ingredients in cures, as well as parts of spell work for helping in health. There's an author, and I'm going to horribly slaughter this name because of my American accent, so please forgive me. Giambattista del Porta, who wrote the book Natural Magic, who talks about bodily fluids, the menstrual cycle, and how to use that in everyday magic, not just menstrual, but tears, sweat, everything. It's a good book to read. And of course, not in the least, the Agoris, who worship Shiva, have rituals dedicated to using menstrual in their magic. For example, they would invoke Shiva into their body, have intercourse with a woman who was on her cycle to overcome the lower energies and taboos that are associated with such. Now, I'm not saying that having your menstrual cycle is low at all. I mean, there's good parts to it and bad parts to it. But I'm about to go into and explain what that means. Excuse me. Fact. Menstrual blood is made of sloughing off cells, uterus lining, mucus, fresh blood, and there's chemicals in there that cause it to not coagulate, which is why it flows. That being said, I've read articles out there about women, well, maybe not just women, but, connected because you have a uterus, with using menstrual cycle material for attracting lovers. I personally don't agree with this. If you are trying to attract something, you want something to stay in your life, and if you're thinking of the context of blood, and especially menstrual blood, it's sloughed off skin, it's non-coagulating, it's not anything that's going to stick and adhere, and when you are doing works of love, you want that to stick and adhere. So it's kind of counterintuitive to me. That's my personal opinion. That and $1 will get you a cup of coffee. That being said, in my spiritual practice, I was always taught and have read that menstrual blood, women who menstruate, are clearing out the energies of the people around them. Not just the people you have sex with, not just the energy around you, like, Karen at the office, she's pissing you off, you're collecting some of that energy, but also connection to your children. If you're a mother, you gave birth to them, your womb knitted them, that connection's there. So in that respect, it's not a lower energy, but when you're using it in the context, or if you're thinking about the fact that it is cleaning the energy around you, you are pulling it in, you're harnessing it, you're sloughing it off, that would be the idea to go magically with this. For example, because you have your connection with your children and you birth them, you can use menstrual blood for protection rituals for them. That's a great purpose. Because you're cleansing yourself and your body, and it's connected to, obviously, your sex chakra and other principles. I would honestly consider maybe using it in a curse. I'm not saying curse anybody, but for example, if you've been raped, you could probably use some of that in the cleansing and healing process, you know what I mean? God, I hate that subject, but it's out there in the world. Another would be cursing your lover. I mean, you've taken their energy in, you're pulling it out. It's possible. In a positive light, you can even use menstrual blood to, let's say you're having a hard time conceiving. You can use that to attract a spirit to your womb. And speaking of attracting spirits, menstrual blood can be used in certain rituals to attract certain energies of lower spirits or ones that deal specifically with feminine issues. That being said, I hope I've inspired you a little. Having a female body is a challenge in itself, hormones and whatnot, but use it to your advantage. Use your tears, your sweat, your blood. Use it, pour it in your magic. It's part of you. I hope this video finds you well, and somewhere out there, inspire somebody. Have a good day.